Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Des Bishop!
Maybe I was lucky, but when I came to live in Ireland at 14, I was exempt from learning Irish at school. Lately, however, I've really got a desire to learn the language and see what it is about Irish that has freaked out so many people for so long. So in February 2007, I went to spend 12 months of my life in the Connemara Gaeltacht, the final frontier of Irish life I've yet to explore. I hope not only to learn to speak Irish, but to actually perform the first ever stand-up comedy gig, Gaelige. Can I learn the lingo in a year? Can I make them laugh in our native tongue? Here's my story. I've hit a bit of a stage where I'm just kind of like a little bit sick of learning Irish. You know, like maybe it was stupid to say I'd do it for a year. Maybe I should have said I'd do it for 2 years and take a break in between. Because sometimes I just forget why I'm doing it, or forget why I decided to do this. I've lost my motivation a bit, I think, you know? How did I end up here? Like, what the hell am I doing? You know, I just don't know. I really just sometimes forget what I'm doing. Excitement really about speaking Irish. I've had days where I felt like I've had good conversations. So they're kind of like, wow, I can speak a bit of Irish, that excitement is gone. You know, just the honeymoon period is over.
Well, you know, I'm going on a tour of the Gaeltachts because I think it's pretty important to, you know, just to meet new people. And you can't really say you want to experience life at the Gaeltacht and then, you know, not at least visit a few other ones, you know, because you want to see if there's any similarities, any major differences. Plus, you got the whole issue of the different dialects.
So, I was to go to Cork a good evening-ish, just to meet the Kerry people, you know, learn a couple of new words. Because I've been in this Gaeltacht before. Personally, as far as places go, it's one of my favorite places.
I think sometimes people around the country, like, they don't know shit about the Gaeltacht. They think the Gaeltacht's like a museum or something, you know? It's like, they come down here, and you guys have all just been left here for their fucking cultural entertainment. You know, like, you walk in and everyone's like, Keka will to. Keka will to. Keka will to. 5 o'clock, exhibition closed. They're all talking about, oh, they're speaking Irish there. Yeah, you know why they're speaking Irish? Because even the English were like, fuck it, it's too far. People forget that. It's not like because the government said you have to speak Irish, it's because the English were just like, look, if you can fucking work that land, take it.
The town of Dingle has this kind of mixed population, Gaeltacht people, non-Gaeltacht people. They've been fighting for years over the name Dingle. Some would say maybe it's the front line between the Gaeltacht and the Gaeltacht, you know.
So, Támuid ag an public school Cork a Givna fi láthair. Tá mé géirí constantly in the scullery, cos bé sé go má clachta a cant lei an slua mór. Tá mé géirí a cant faoi an teanga lei na scullery gan rudi dairire, just piece of crack agus rudi cinch mar sin.
Jeez, tá sé groch mar deartha Connemara.
Oh, jeez. Tá slua mór an inis.
Nuair a thosaigh méid Foghlaim Gaeilge, bhí mé ag smíanamh go leor rud nua faoi cén fáil bhfuil méid déanamh Gaeilge, cos nuair tá mé ag cáint an Gaeilge, níl sam cén fáil, but tá go leor, how do you say it feels good? Brahan Segama. Brahan Segama, yeah. Níl sam cén fáil. Tá sé deacair a cáint faoi sin an Gaeilge go Brahan Segama, Brahan sé difriúil, sin teanga nua, sin teanga, you know, Ken Shan, Hishmahori, you know, agus tá sé cool go má. Níor léamh mé an leabhar sin. Hey, bhfuil sé sin d'antin, so hey, you know. So chula mé go leor faoi an leabhar se agus is full like the Lord in Aaron and Laura. Och, Neil sé feralcha, because Capum go will and Laura ro yacker, do Nadina ag Foghlaim Gaeilge. So near leave me a Laura fos, but Bader they made leave and bald, tras na gadi and blaskati. Agus, oh, basically on the simul. Oh, peg bocked. Oh no! No! Drug scalerish! Drug scalerish! Jesus. We unseal on Jacker again. I went out to the Blaskets, right? Because I wanted to see where Peg came from. Because I wanted to see where all this shit started. And the woman stood on the edge of the cliff, looking out as the boat sank with her husband, son, and grandson on it. She thought to herself, life couldn't get any worse. And then she turned around and the potatoes were black. Okay, listen, Chuck, or hookers.
Chuck Pixers.
Oh, Chuck Pixers. Well, they make me Pixers communic. Oh, he thought. So, it's born, you know, fear, yeah, she was real.
Is she fear?
So, Tashi, tea Pixers. They do it.
Pixers.
But we couple of dinner Clanton show. Yeah, a couple of Foghlaim.
Oh,
A full throat to start after.
I couple of vino in the pastor and show.
Couple of blina hen be yeah, the chain of rule, yeah. Talk, man. Hello, fake. We'll talk show. Ain't scale, obviously, other than the one you wrote all them years ago. Peg, who has this really tough life that she had out in the fucking Blaskets with no electricity. By the way, I never knew that she ran a hostel, but anyway, that wasn't in the book at all. I was in T-Fag and I was like, this is a fucking hostel. That wasn't in the book. Cheeky bitch. Yeah. Fucking Peg didn't talk about the one pillow, one sheet rule, did she? Well, the sign was up. But anyway, I just feel bad for Peg because she had a really hard life, and now there's a book about it, and everyone hates Peg for her really hard life, even though she had nothing to fucking do with it. So the poor woman, after a really hard life, spends decades upon decades of people going, that fucking Peg. She didn't do anything. So I actually said it out there in the Blaskets that, like, if I ever hear anyone else giving about Peg, they really need to let Peg rest in peace. It's actually a fine book. I actually started reading it yesterday. You know, Is Shan van a Misha. We makes mean of Jesus, not just a fucking old woman you are. You're a fucking legend. I've always felt a connection with Cork people. It's really where I feel my heart lies in terms of being in Ireland. And I just think it's really important to go to Ballyvorney and talk to people from Cork and engage with them in, you know, in Irish, you know. Oh, thanks. I've never done this in all my life, just thrown a gig together in a couple of hours, and I've never done a gig with a man like that watching me. It has to be Beimudinan double at the end of Kappa. Before and after. So, we were hoping to meet one or two fellas like this on the tour of the Gaeltacht. I wasn't sure if guys like this still existed. The last of the originals.
Welcome.
Kurmaga Joe.
Get out, sir.
That's the bull of that. So Tashi ag obair in ish.
Well, we'll Hey, second to man here. We don't call it when it's a good. We don't call it.
Well, they'll make all, innit?
No, one taste.
No. Neil may on, like, Neil may on. Just bala, I name it. Shouldn't feel fresh in.
You happy on there?
Yeah, Connemara tatu gama. Agus Shannos. Daus the Shannos.
Tango like it's from the immersion. Tango like it's no fox.
I know, Dirt's Dinnikins pub. Tattooing on. Daus the Shannos. He's tattoo. Long if when you've come here. Can you show more?
Huh?
Can you show a bit more? Shakto. Just tattoo. Tattoo kosele shaft. What is it that makes a Gaeltacht a Gaeltacht? Is it just the language? Is it just this boundary that was created after the Free State? Is the fact that I've learned Irish in Connemara, does that give me a greater bond with the Muints and the Gaeltacht Ella? You know, is the language a binding force? So we're heading to Donegal, Guidor. I've heard so much about Guidor over the years. It is the most different dialect. It's the bloss. It's funny. Come on, let's get. Actually, no, just leave me, you know.
She firelighter.
Yeah.
The Gaelige like Gaelige.
Tell me, yeah, tell me, like the Gaelige Connell.
The Gaelige. The swap out.
Kaito Captain Kaito can't trades and fikla. Was that Tasha Kennel sharp?
Yeah, Imagine first, pay. The mission, pop the mission.
Fikla.
No, Costla fur for men. Yeah, Imagine fay.
Fay.
Yeah. I guess Manium sa Moira MA for the IRE, but Imagine Moya.
Maya.
Near Imagine Nars.
Yeah.
Donegal is so soft. Everything, there's no. Everything's like. When you talk to me, I feel like I'm being petted. Actually, we may say Ostan and yeah, rare. August we may do cons for you know the blast like and blast and show it's a blast Connemara. August dirche aber 2 hot soups in Gaelic. August dirts me go on rite. August dirche no Yahoo hey. Yahoo hey. Yahoo hey. I was thinking, is that fucking Irish or are you yodeling? Yahoo hey. Yahoo hey. Just sing it one more time. No, it's not. Okay, good. Havana di halaigo, shule kladaya horo.
Na trailat ban fahuikyo, gasia bahawa mandalol. Orshgelda maharahigo, wansar mawara horo, sarai machlanya fahuikyo, wal mama wahawa mandalol.
I heard that Belfast has the largest concentration of urban Irish speakers. I think one of the reasons why Irish is so strong in Belfast is because it's associated a lot more with identity than it would be down south.
Aberdeen Ken Fa, I want to first.
Oh, well, Tammy, the first inis, mar will make den of tourist na Gaeltachta, Mudzerha, August, Tammy and Belfirst, mar Hulame, ta Gaeltacht ella ansha, nil ta Gaeltacht diffruch, ni rashe Gaeltacht egtus, och ta shin Gaeltacht inis no Gaeltacht, ta Hulame and fuck on termi freshen.
I'm not saying you need to speak Irish to be Irish. You guys don't need to. You have a passport. In fact, you probably have 2 of them. That's right. An English one for, you know, times where it's more convenient, and an Irish one with a different name in Irish, you cheeky, dirty bastards. I know your game. One with a criminal record and one without. I know. Ta se kakalo. Ta tu safe lumps.
I wouldn't go so far as to say it's a Gaeltacht, but, you know, we're here because perhaps it's the largest amount of urban Irish speakers in the whole of the country, you know, for whatever reason. A lot of Irish speakers here. There's a lot of community work going on through Irish. A lot of them learnt it in the H blocks, and, you know, it's just, all right, some of it's wrapped up in nationalism, but, you know, a lot of it is just about, you know, I guess for them it's that cultural identity is really important. It's a way to express their Irishness, which maybe is more important to the people here. Ní chepa mé a bheith mé cant an Gaeilge, a bhach mé cant an Gaeilge, an áit in Mahil. Actually, ní chepa mé a bheith mé an sa Caribe, gan Gaeilge, so ca mé den nómid an stát in Gaeilge, agus bear le beidir Masco. So basically I have to do 10 minutes of comedy in feckin' Stormont. Tá sé absolutely dócrat.
Is far Greann me, o Nuorach o Hukas, is Irish American me. So Tashakarkalo, I'm not here for our money back or anything. Tashakarkalo. In Maryland, I have to say thank you to the Republican movement. Before I ever started learning Irish, I knew the future tense of the verb to come. So
I heard that Belfast has the highest amount of urban Irish speakers in Ireland. So I was thinking, like, how is that? It's not compulsory in school. And I came to the conclusion that it must have something to do with identity, being that maybe identity is, you know, more cherished here. And basically, I ask you, what do you think about that?
Obviously, it is about identity. You know, clearly, it's about identity. And there was always, as there is all around the island, in Belfast, there was always a sort of a cadre of Irish speakers or Irish-speaking families, even when the language was in decline. But the big I suppose, thrust forward was as a result of the hunger strikes. When the prisoners were forbidden to speak in Irish, and they spoke in Irish, that acted as a catalyst for a new generation on top of all the work that had been done by people for generations before that.
Tamwids, a consangela, is Stormont. Arts, conspaduk, you know, get gawk cade blian. And capping to, like, Shinmakest, Hánig our law and you. No, we'll shake. No, and we'll shake Chalkfos. Shinmakest more. You know, loyalists don't have RTE, so they don't know who I am, man. You guys don't have RTE either, but I think in West Belfast, it's some sort of like nationalistic fucking duty to get up the top of the Divis Flats with a fucking aerial trying to get that shit. So we have to watch it, we have to fucking watch it. It's our fucking duty, we have to watch it. We're fucking Republicans, we're watching fucking RTE, radio, television, and I fucking watching it. Is it in yet? Is it in yet? Fucking top of the hill over there. Is it fucking in yet? Fucking 48 extension leads to the top of the... I mean, fucking, can you get it? Can you... Is it in yet? All right, what's on? Oh, Pat Kenny, for fuck's sake.
But we'll to Éireannach, no, but we'll to Republican. Ni kai to Consang Gaeilge. It's not a Sinn Féin thing, like, you know. It's just, you know,
tá cúpla, you know, tá galore dína an sa agéirí a bheith anán a Connemara Gaeilge agus tá siad ag déanamh gan iireacht, gan brú, pobl na Gaeilge. Sin ma rud nua capam. Sin ma rud nua. Nuair a thola mé an expression like pobl na Gaeilge. It's not about school or about, you know, the Gaelgers or the elitists or, you know, ein rud mar sin, just pobl na Gaeilge. Ma bhfuil tú géirí Connemara Gaeilge, you know, tá pobl an, you know, tá community an. Sin an rud a dóla mé an seo. Támuid ag an oireachtas agus ní rá mé ag an oireachtas riamh. Níos am really ach capam be galore kind of ruddy cultúrach arsúil and seo. So I have to say I'm really looking forward to it. I've heard a lot about the oireachtas. That's what I love about the fucking shamnos, you know? It's like De Valera couldn't even get a fucking hold of you with his feckin' Catholic fucking rigidness. That's why the rest of the country is going like this. The rest of the country is going like this, and you're going like this. With the arms. You're using your arms. Yeah, you know what? Because you're fucking free. Okay, you might have been poor as fuck actually, but you kept yourself, we were poor but we were happy. Why? Because we were allowed to use our fucking arms, that's why. Everyone else is like this. We were letting it out. Anjaroak. That's a Castellat. Tonic me who are in telefish read. Please tattoo. Please. Seannos bio grif. So sin macéadú a gcéisteach le seannos bio. Ní féadlam fearr. Bhí Calín amháin a chasa árán. Bhí si, like, so good. A bhí méid smúna bheith an am. Beidir. Tá samanish came forward with me, Foghlaim Gaeilge agus came forward with me fanach the Gaeltacht because Tatwin on plug all the stach, Tatwin on plug all in kind of down ella, alternative universe. This channel singing, it goes like into my body, right? And it just kind of just bypasses my brain. Just says, excuse me brain, if you wouldn't mind, I'm just going a little bit deeper down to the parts of you that are like, you know, you don't touch very much. And I just got this feeling like this is definitely something more than just a song. This is the beginning of an introduction to a culture that I think you can only experience properly when you have the language, or at least you have experienced life in the Gaeltacht. And we'll do another wind on. The man on gone wind on.
Time the live go.
No, time.
All right.
Okay.
Ian, do, Steve.
Tá Calín Olin a dug me groggy, she's desis alla na blas na rose. Gani lovelum his clits atame a Calín Olin's to fam of Ron. A Calín Olin. The Gaeltacht is a different place, like, you know. There's a different energy. The language makes you think in a different way. Gaelic culture, Gaelic energy, whatever the fuck it is. I can't really tell you. I just know that I can feel it. Actually, the Gaeltacht is not just about the language, it's about a way of life. We've come to New York to find out why, you know, one, perhaps an American would bother learning Irish at all.
Well, actually, I failed French and Spanish.
I look to hear you constantly Nadina and Acclaimed. Neil Tuanan, the usage fuck the barrel.
That's all.
Kind of a curvic.
You ever hear hip hop in the Irish language?
Go ahead, kick it.
You ready?
Go ahead.
Doon de glab, doon de veil. East lima scale. Mag happen to me ticket to top to could a gale. Come make a low wild rock, can't go make a slap.